Hey everyone, Clint here from Oak and Iron Outdoors. You know, Stormy Kromer, which I'm currently donning right now, is my favorite hat to wear. And it's not just an iconic symbol. It is actually a product that keeps your head warm. They make garments that actually keep your body warm, you know, and also shed water as well. Now, this is a bow hunting memorial that I created here in the Oak and Iron Outdoors studio. And it's just a little reminder of my younger days bow hunting and of the Loggy Bayou, my first tree stand that I purchased as a very young man, and then my first Stormy Kromer, which is in the real tree color up here, and I retired that particular hat. Now, I just got a new box in from Stormy Kromer. I ordered a new hat, so we're going to unbox that right now, check that hat out, and then we're going to take a little trip up to Ironwood, Michigan, and we're going to check out the plant and the people who make Stormy Kromer. All right, folks, got the little package here from Stormy Kromer, all the way from Ironwood, Michigan. So let's get this guy opened up and let's see what's inside. Got the trusty knife. I got one of these cool little Stormy Kromer stickers, and I already have a little spot picked out for that. Next in the box is one of these cool little Stormy Kromer cards. So anytime you buy a Stormy Kromer, you get this little card, and we're going to open it up and let's read what's inside. Gonna have to get the readers here, folks. So on the back, Stormy Kromer, congratulations, you helped keep another job in the USA. Packed by Kim. So what makes Stormy Kromer caps Stormy Kromer? And it's that unique band that goes around the outside of the cap. And essentially, I believe it has two parts to it. That is, A, you bring it down, and when you bring that band down, it protects the ears in cold weather. And, you know, these are far away from your head, so they get the least amount of blood supply. You know, and if you've ever been out in extreme cold temps, what gets cold first are those ear tips. And, you know, the ear tips are usually susceptible to frostbite. The other thing is when you pull those flaps down, or that band down, essentially keeps the hat on a little tighter. It actually feels like it snugs the head, and not where it's too tight at all by any means. It actually feels kind of nice and comfortable. But as you can tell, it protects the ears right here. So that's just a really unique feature about the Stormy Kromer. Even though it's a fitted hat, you can actually loosen or tighten up the hat as needed. So, you know, it's kind of a unique feature that you don't see in modern hats. And what's cool is this hat's been around for over 100 years, since 1903, actually. You know, one of the other nice things I like about Stormy Kromer and made in the USA is that the sewing and the craftsmanship that they put into these garments are unbelievable. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but that sewing is as straight as an arrow. And there's never any strings, you know, that are hanging out there. Everything is clipped, everything is trimmed. So you have a really nice, clean looking hat. All right, folks, let's take a little trip to Ironwood, Michigan, and we're gonna go meet the people who make Stormy Kromer, and we're gonna go look for Kim and give her a little thank you, or actually a big thank you, for making and packing my hat. And let's see how Stormy Kromer makes their products.
And in 2001, a local businessman, Mark Fitting, who owns Hobby Wheel Bike Shop on the highway, he went to place his order, found out that they were actually going out of business. So he ran into Bob at one of the local restaurants, Bob Jackwood, our owner, and the way that Bob always tells it, Mark put his finger in Bob's face and said, "You do something about this." And Bob contacted Dick and then traveled down there, met with him, made a gentleman's agreement, and he bought it and brought it back here to Ironwood. That was in 2001. And it was, at that time, it was just the original cap, red and black. That was it. Reaching out to other retailers and different outdoor outfitters, that's the brand that we portray, and that's the demographic that we go after, is the outside, the outdoor, woodsy type of people. So.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, we're in the warehouse here, yes. Right here. And just out of curiosity, how many employees do you have?
We are a little bit under 80 employees.
Just under 80?
I don't know the exact number, but we're a little bit under 80.
Gotcha. I brought that card that I showed you guys in that box, and we are going to be looking for Kim. So I can thank Kim, especially for the hat she packed for me. So,
yeah. So Kim, who actually works in our monogramming department, but she's a utility player. So she'll be in monogramming, she could be in sewing, she could be in shipping.
Very nice.
She ended up being in shipping that day.
Sure.
And signing the cards
sure.
and packing
So
up.
everybody here is kind of has to...
Yep. With us being little and with the way that we switch things around, there's very few people that just do one thing.
All right, Jeremy,
okay.
You like?
Yep.
Let's take the tour.
So this is our warehouse. This is where all of our raw goods come in, whether it's the wool, buttons.
Well, folks, if you're a deer hunter like I am and what the channel's all about, here's some of that blaze orange that goes into probably some of those products for the hunters, whether you're a deer hunter or pheasant hunter or wherever you're required to wear a blaze orange. Yep. And then I spotted this down here, the good old-fashioned black and red plaid. We even got some of that green, the hunter green in there, but that black and red plaid. And man, there is quite a bit of fabric in here.
Just one row. I mean, we have three other rows of materials and stuff. That's what all this is. There's no storage in here for anything finished goods. This is all raw materials that go into what we make. So material comes down from the warehouse, and this is usually its first stop. This is a spreading machine that we added within the last few years. And the reason why we use this machine is because it's more efficient. What used to take anywhere between 2 to 4 people to spread the material, now it can be done by one. Because the machine, you can lift the material, the whole roll, dump it into the hopper, load it all up, and then it spreads it. Because on this particular line of the cutting machine at the end actually cuts in multiple ply. Six ply of this tree stand material. All the spreads get this perforated paper underneath because it uses suction and compression when it gets down to the end. So they use the machine, spread the material, and then it comes down. Mostly everything we cut gets a copy of the marker on the top. This is the marker that we make of our patterns for the machine to cut. So we use a program called Optitex that uses algorithms within the marker to get the most efficiency for our cuts. This particular one, I did all this by hand because of bundling at the end. It just makes it more efficient as opposed to having everything all scattered. So this is for wax ranchers is what this is going to be. Now is that red area on the table is made out of these, just these bristly blocks so that the air can go through. And this particular machine, it cuts with just a simple blade like this. It actually, just like how a jigsaw would cut, just cuts through. So this saves the table because the knife can pass through and then the air can come out. So this particular machine only has 2 tools. It has a drill that we'll use for locating where buttons will go or drilling out where the tie goes in. and it has that simple blade, and that's the only tools that it uses. So this is our monogramming department. So,
And can you define monogramming for some of the viewers out
so
there?
it is, if you look at the back of your cap, you'll see the signature on there for Stormy Kromer and the date.
Yep.
All of our caps get that signature on there. But then other things get other monogramming. Like you can get custom, you can get like your logo or whatever on a vest, or you can get something custom done on an earband. But generally, when we speak of monogramming, we're talking about our signature going onto it. And that's what Tara does over here. So she has, this machine actually has the ability of having 6 heads. We hoop up 4 earbands at a time. So in one run, we get 24 bands on this one run. So it gets the backing material to stabilize the sewing, and then uses this laser on here to line it up. The pieces have a notch in them to help with lining up. That's what this is here. There's a notch in the top and the bottom. So she uses a laser to line up with both of the notches, and then the center line between the 2 pieces. And this is how she would...
It comes out of that little guy right there. Got the already preset, it's ready to rock. And that's kind of cool, folks. You can see already the Stormy Kromer logo. Wow. 1903. That's neat, folks.
And not only do we put our own logo on, we do custom logos for other companies and other businesses. You know, whatever your need.
Wow, so they have all these other different logos that you can find on the Stormy Kromer. So maybe if you're a company out there and you're looking to add your own logo to Stormy Kromer, you can contact Stormy Kromer and see about getting that done. Okay, my name is Clint.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm YouTube channel called Open Iron Outdoors. I'm a big Stormy Kromer fan. And my last Stormy Kromer that I purchased, I got this nice little card. And it was signed your name on it. So I want to say thank you to packaging that for me, and just to show you folks at home, you know, this is an American-made company, American-made products with Americans right here that we're keeping jobs for them at home. And I just wanted to do a shout out to Stormy Kromer and to Kimmy. Once again, thanking her for packing my hat. And we're dealing with real people, folks, not machines. We're not dealing with stuff overseas. We're dealing with real people here in America. And I just wanted to showcase that. So thank you again, Kim.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Very good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well.
In addition to us being Stormy Kromer, we are under our parent company, Jackworks. And Jackworks sews for other companies. We produce products for everybody else. And one of the other brands that we work for is a company called Snow Trekker. And just recently, we did a co-branding on a sauna tent with Snow Trekker, and we put a collaboration together with them and Stormy Kromer. So this is, if you were to go through Snow Trekker, you can get this sauna tent from them. That comes as a full package. You get the whole frame, you get a full tent. Usually would come with a ground cover, and then it also would come with its own stove.
Well, folks, this is pretty neat. Just being inside this little tent. This is a vent system right here. I can stand. I'm 6'1", so I'm standing right in the middle. I got probably about maybe 4 or 5 inches above me, and then we happen to have the stove hole here, so you can put your little wood stove that comes with it right down there, and then you have another vent hole down there. And once again, another fine product. Made right here in the USA. Folks, if you're into the old school ways of the outdoors and you enjoy hunting, fishing, canoeing, or camping, please hit the subscribe button. That would help me out tremendously. All right, let's get back to the show.
Dorothy's sewing the more traditional sewing, the single stitch. She has all 6 of the panels laid out. Has her own little technique of keeping it straight on which is which.
Sure.
So one of the few changes that we made with Stormy Kromer is the originals had a cardboard brim in them, and we switched over to this composite brim because of our lifetime warranty. This don't break down as easy as the cardboard brim. So at this station, you would get your lining and your outer sewn together, and then she would turn it like a pocket. So you would start with your liner, which is just a cotton liner, and then you would have your wool, and the sewer would put the liner together inside out, and then after that it would get turned right side out after it's sewn together, and then you would get your brim inserted, and then it would get sewn closed like this. And then after it's sewn closed, then it would go into the sewing machine that does the stitching into the brim. And that's what Kim is doing there.
So one of the things that, I've had in the past with just regular ball caps is, like you said, that cardboard and the brim, you go out and it gets wet. I mean, if we're out in the woods hunting, fishing, who's not getting snow or rain on their hat, that cardboard gets wet, and then that brim just falls apart and gets shot. Where with these brims now, with that composite brim, you're not getting that. That brim is going to stay just like it was for the most part when you bought it, because it's going to be shedding that water, not allowing water to soak up in it. So that's a really neat feature.
It can be formed and molded, so it does hold a shape a little bit better than what a cardboard brim, and it's not susceptible to the elements, not just the rain, but just the moisture. You would just picking that up.
Yep.
From a lot of things.
Yep. Wow. Learned something new today. Very nice. And just so you guys know, here's more of that mossy oak tree stand. If you're a camo junkie like me.
Oh yeah.
She's doing the binding on the ear band. Trim this one off, and then the next one you'll see it completely from beginning to end. Part there, it actually takes the binding, and not only does it take the binding and fold it in half, it actually folds it again like this, so that chute actually doubles up that binding as it goes through there.
That's pretty much making sure that does not come apart.
Right. And it gives you a more finished look to the edge, so it's not this raw material just hanging out there having that binding on it. So then after all of your sub-assembly parts are together, then this is where the line starts of the hat actually getting assembled. So this is what I consider like the main part of the hat being assembled. So you'll have the outer wool part, and then you have the liner. Takes it, she has notches that she can line up. So then she sews, and she'll turn it right side out.
liners are being put in the hat.
Then after the liner goes in, then it comes here to Mona. And what Mona's doing is she's putting the sweatband on the inside, and she's also doing the Made in USA label. And then she's also putting the size label in. Make sure there's no glare. And then also the serial number. And then also on the outside, she's also putting the compensating band, which this is the band that the ear band attaches to.
I like that color. I like that that green and gray.
Yeah.
And you have a regular Stormy Kromers in those, Jeremy? The green and green and gray.
This is actually called White Pine Plaid, and these are made as the original. And that's what she's working on now.
White pine plaid. Yep. Yeah, I like that color a lot. You know that if you're a traditional bow hunter and you like to rock those traditional plaid colors in the woods that you see a lot of us traditional bow hunters do now, this is a great color. It just blends in with the woods and the forest because of that gray and that green together.
So then after the bands and the labels are put in, then they come here to Ellen. And Ellen has taken this raw edge just like on the ear band, and then she's binding this edge too. So it'll go from this raw edge like this to this bound edge like that. They would close it up and or put the brim on it here. And then it comes over to Diane. And then Diane is taking all of this rough edge on the inside after the brim is attached. And then she's taking it and closing it all up and making it look all nice and neat on the inside.
Nice.
Tidying everything up.
Yep.
And then it would generally go from here to this station where the ear band and the tie get attached. And after it goes from here, then everything comes to the inspection area, and Mary puts all the tags, ties all the ties, and then everything gets boxed up here to be taken next door to go to the distribution center. So she'll do spot inspections and the proper way to tie the tie, which a lot of people tie it upside down, and that's where you get your tie sideways. If you tie it a certain way, that's how it stays flat and even.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, so.
So Mary's going to show us how to properly tie a Stormy Kromer.
So the trick is to pull up when you go through. If you don't, it'll come out.
Okay, so you want to pull up.
Yeah.
Why don't you show us one more time? Bring them together. Just like a normal bow tie, right?
Yeah.
Bring it together around
And just pull up.
Pull up.
Yeah.
And that will give you that
Perfect tie.
that perfect tie every time. And Mary, you are a expert on tying Stormy Kromers.
Yeah, I've tied a few. Just a few.
Some of these people have done like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times over the course of the time they've been here. Even doing the grommets that go in. We have that machine right there. There's a blue machine there that does each of these grommets one at a time. We don't do this in a mass-produced type of state. It's somebody sitting there at that machine, putting it in, doing every single one of them.
I used to do it by hand. Yeah, now it's much faster on that.
Yeah, a little bit faster, but you still got to do every single one of them individually. And Missy, who is usually here, is inspecting and getting the labeling done for pet bandanas, which they just cut these just yesterday. So she'll go through and she'll fold them up and get them properly done. Just to give your people a little taste of something that's coming in the future, this is our double MAC coat.
Wow.
This is going to be new for this fall. Completely new product that we developed or designed or revamped, brought back. The double mat coat has been in existence for a while. We had a lot of people reaching out to us to make our regular Mackinac coat into a double mat, and we just developed this past year, and it'll be out this fall.
Wow.
Still made with our regular Mac wool. It just has this double over the top, and then it's doubled at the sleeves, just to give you a lot more warmth in the upper body.
So essentially it's creating air pockets to create more warmth, but yet it's still a lightweight coat. It's not, I mean, you can tell, oh, well, yeah, there's some weight to it.
Our Mac wool has, there is a little bit of a heft to the Mac wool compared to the regular wool that we actually make hats out of this double Mac wool, or this Mackinac wool also. So it is a heavier wool.
Did you hear me? I said, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, welcome to the rest of the world.
I've done so many jackets lately, I forgot I'm on a vest.
So we have some, looks like some vests here, Jeremy.
Yes, these are our steelhead vests, and Barb is sewing them together. She already has the pockets attached onto the front.
Okay.
And then she also has the yoke attached.
And then when these vests are done, they actually look like this right here. Really sharp looking vest. This is called the steelhead vest. It's kind of nice. It's got these pockets you can just drop in on the top to be able to reach items, or a little bait box if you want to throw in there, and then the traditional button with the zipper. Very nice.
Have a great day.
Yes, you have a great day as well. Nice meeting you. So Jeremy, what would you say out of all of your, let's just go over the Stormy Kromer hats. What would you say is the most popular style of hat? Is it that traditional
It's still
Stormy
the
Kromer?
original. I mean, we'll never get away from that original in that red black plaid because it's so iconic to our brand and it's so recognizable. I think it would take a big shift on some kind of trend to knock that one out of its top spot.
Sure. And then what would you say would be second place?
Second place, for the climate, I'm a big fan of the Rancher, just because of the way that coverage gets you over your neck when it's cold, and it gets cold here in the UP.
Yep. Yep. And these are all signatures on here. And Jeremy, these are all signatures from all the people that have walked through the building as...
These are people that have come in and taken the tour.
Well, folks, you know, if there's one thing that I have to say so far as walking through the Stormy Kromer plant, it's all about the people. The people who work here and the people who come through here. And I think that's just one thing that makes Stormy Kromer special, is that they put people first.
Clint, that's not it. There's more down this way.
Oh my. Oh, wow. Look at all of the names, folks.
And then we added this wall just in 22 to expand. You send your pictures in to our customer service and they'll put you on the wall.
Look at that, folks. So all you do is take a picture of yourself rocking your Stormy Kromer,
You send it in to Stormy Kromer, and they will put your picture on the wall.
And it doesn't stop there. It keeps going that way too.
It keeps going.
It keeps going.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of signatures here.
Our Hall of Fame, Wall of Shame, that's all of us. Less a couple that didn't want their pictures taken, but that is.
There you go, folks. That's all the folks here that work at Stormy Kromer. As you can tell, small company. Big product, small company.
All of these banners and all that was signed, we print these in-house. We have a 12-foot wide inkjet printer.
Wow.
This is George Stormy Kromer with one of his baseball teams. And from what they say, he was involved in baseball all the way up to the very end. He had owned teams, he had been on teams.
Wow.
Which one is that?
This is him right here. As you can tell from his sunny disposition, where he got his name Stormy from.
And Kokana, of all places.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Kokana, Wisconsin is where they started out. The first Friday of October is Platter Day. It is the worldwide celebration of plaid. And it was started by a guy in Marquette. He would get people together in Marquette and they would celebrate plaid and they'd take a big picture. And then us, Stormy Kromer, and the city of Ironwood got involved, and it turned into a little bit of a friendly rivalry on who could get the most people together to celebrate plaid. And when we got involved, we started beating Marquette every year. And this here is one of the pictures, not this past year, but the year before, of everyone gathered in Ironwood for Platter Day. That is 700 plus people in downtown Ironwood for Platter Day.
And everybody is wearing plaid.
Us, celebrities are a fan of ours. You know, Jeff Daniels, huge supporter of the state of Michigan, and Bill Murray, fan of our Kromer cap. And then this is from over in Minocqua. Whenever they have snow, they put this big snowman together, and he has a Kromer cap, built and designed the same way as a regular cap, just scaled up using grading. So this is actually a size 98
A
cap.
size 98.
Size 98.
So any of you folks out there got one of those big noggins, they can make you a size 98 hat, folks. So there is a Stormy Kromer Hat Club out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And the original pictures of the patent, different articles about it. Wow. Emmy for our segment of Made for the Outdoors.
Really? Wow, so Stormy Kromer even has their own Emmy. And then folks, this is where you can come in and purchase a hat right from the store here in Ironwood, Michigan.
This is one of the things that I was telling you about the original. This is one of the original hats that has the cardboard brim in it. You can see it's just it's just mush in there. So won't have that happen with our
Sure.
our composite.
How old is that hat, would you say?
It's hard to say because they made them exactly the same for so long that they really didn't change, and they didn't put any kind of date or anything.
And then once again, a lifetime warranty on Stormy Kromer hats, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Where else do you find a warranty like that when it comes to hats?
Some of the minor changes that they did, you know, at one point in time it had a double tie.
So essentially, basically a collection of the older original Stormy Kromer hats.
Yep.
And you can see that they have changed a little bit over the years. Not much, but you can tell there's a little bit of a difference. All right, folks, I am looking to purchase a new hat. I've been kind of going through all of the hats. There are so many choices here, but I think I found a winner. It is this hat down here. The green with a leather brown visor, and this just looks like it fits the Oak and Iron outdoor colors, and it's kind of a waxed feeling to it, so it should shed a little water. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for taking the time to show me the tour today. It was great to be able to see and meet the folks here that work at Stormy Kromer and how the Stormy Kromer hats are made. For you folks out there, come on by the Stormy Kromer company here in Ironwood, Michigan, and you can check out their full line of hats, jackets, vests, the whole 9 yards, or you can go around their website at stormykromer.com. So once again, thank you for your time, Jeremy.
Thanks for being here.